My rant today is going to be on buses. We've all had to use them, and there are many things that I personally believe are wrong with buses. Firstly, it's a bus. Secondly, when you have a bus, you get people on the bus. If you're in a bus by yourself, it's acceptable. You can sit down, you have a seat, you've got room to breathe. But if you're sadly on a bus on any other time, you can sit down and you're minding your own business, and suddenly 27 people get on the bus. And then next stop, more people get on the bus, and there's people standing on the bus. And you have to talk to these people when they come sit down next to you. Unless you have your headphones plugged in and you're reading a book, and even then, you have to get out. You're trapped in the bus. And when you want to get on your stop, you have to press the button, say, "Excuse me," to this person who you don't know, and then you have to somehow, non-awkwardly, get past the people standing in the middle of the bus and get out of the bus. And the worst thing that can happen, which happened to me, was you do all that, the bus drives away, and your wallet is left on the seat. Other things wrong with the bus. You have the drivers. Now, some bus drivers are acceptable as bus drivers. I don't mind them. I can cope with some bus drivers. They're nice-ish. I'm a student, so you put your student card and give them $2 and they give you your change and it's fine. But then if you have the audacity to give them a $5 note, well, that's the end of the world. A $5 note, they don't have that much change. How dare you give me a $5 note? I've seen people kicked off the bus or not been allowed to get on the bus with a $5 note. I've been lucky, I've only given them a $5 note twice, got a very stern look twice, but I managed to get on the bus. Another thing, they never wait for you. If you're running, and I don't run, so if you're walking at a medium pace towards the bus in an attempt to get on the bus, do they wait? No, they go. If it's an old person, they'll wait. But because you have the audacity to be youngish and running for a bus, I should have planned ahead. Old people get let off the hook, and well, it's good for them. I guess it's one advantage of being near the end of your life. But for young people who need to be places, you try to get to the bus, they just pull away. And then we come to my final section of the rant, and the one that will take the most time because I hate them. When you use public transport, you find out what time to arrive in public transport by reading a timetable which the public transport people have set for the buses. Okay? So it's a timetable that is set for the buses. People are meant to read the timetable and then, by the timetable, catch the buses, which is a perfectly logical system. Fantastic system even. I think it's a good one. It's a keeper. But the problem is, you read the timetable, and I'm going to use an example. I needed to get to a place which required one change, and the timetable said that the bus was going to arrive at 25 minutes to 9. Okay? And then that bus was going to arrive at the other stop at 9 o'clock. And then I would swap over at the other bus which is coming back at 9:05 according to the timetable, and I would get to the place I was going. Instead, the bus arrived at 9 o'clock, thereby being 25 minutes late, stopped at every single stop on the way to the bus stop that I wanted to get off, for no reason. We'd be going along in the bus, we go, yes, this is good, we get into the bus stop, pull in. Silly bus driver. And stop at every stop, and I get there and it's 9:10, and I've missed the bus, so I needed to connect. And because that bus was to a little place out in the Wop-Wops, it only came every half an hour, so I had to wait another half an hour, and I ended up being about 45 minutes late to the place I wanted to be 45 minutes before. And that's not happened once, or twice, or 3 times. It's happened 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Every time I want to catch the bus to get to Welcome Bay, which is where I was going, I am at least an hour late due to the incompetence of the bus drivers. And reading the timetable and going, oh look, I'm running late. And the bus drivers are part of the problem. But my other problem is with the people who sat down and for some reason thought that the timetables were right. They thought, right, I have a suggestion to them from a person who gets frustrated. Instead of taking the timetable from the best possible scenario, Why don't you take it from the worst possible scenario? Because then the worst thing that can happen is you turn up early to a bus stop and then you're slightly annoyed when the bus is on time because you've been waiting. Now, so instead of saying 25 minutes to 9 and then having the buses work out so that it's all running when they're 25 minutes late, everything misses, why didn't the people go, oh yes, it takes us this long to get to a place, how about we say it actually gets there at 9 o'clock? Why don't we put 9 o'clock? At the moment it's a cruel practical joke. Actually that's what it must be, it's a practical joke. The people in the head office have gone, ha, we're going to make all these people late. We'll make all these people late by making the timetables make no sense. I would do better if I just took a rough guess at when my bus was going to turn up and not follow the timetable, because it never follows the timetable. I fail to see the point in having a timetable that nothing follows. So you get a timetable and you go, yes right, I'll get here then, and it's not. It's pointless. So anyway, that's my rant. I find buses to be the most incredibly frustrating things, and therefore you should either bike, walk or own a car. Thank you.